Real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Tracy White says the defendant is her son, and she is afraid for his life. Tracy says the defendant is not only a troublemaker who uses marijuana and has been to jail, but he's a diabetic who refuses to take his medication. Tracy's suing because she claims her son crashed her truck. Defendant Todd White admits that he's been in trouble with the law and says one time he went to jail for trying to protect his mother from his stepfather. Todd denies owing for the truck because he believes his mother's insurance should have covered it.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, first of all, I love my son very much, but I'm afraid for his life. He does things that he should not be doing. A couple years ago, I found a bag of weed that he had and talked to him about it, explained, you know, it's only going to lead into deeper problems. And after I was done with the conversation, he looked at me and said, can I get that back? Because I paid $10 for that. Then a few weeks, maybe about a couple months ago, he went to jail. I get a phone call that he broke a friend's window and that he somehow harassed him, name calling, so he got put in jail. And I get a phone call, he's crying. I can't even understand what he's even saying to me. And I'm like, settle down, settle.
He's in jail?
Yeah, he's in jail.
You couldn't understand?
No.
I'm just saying.
He was crying.
He couldn't speak clearly?
No, he was crying.
Oh.
And the funny thing is, you know, I'm like, settle down. You can't be crying like that in front of all these guys. You know, you're a young kid. And he's like, well, this guy told me he'll take care of me. I'm like, take care of you? You're going to be his girlfriend. You can't.
That's exactly what he meant.
I said, you can't be doing that stuff.
That's exactly what he meant.
And then, he's insulin dependent. He doesn't take care of his insulin. The doctor told him when we were at the doctor's office that, you know, you're 20 years old, you're going to either lose a limb, you're going to take dialysis, or you're going to be impotent. And, you know, he's 20 years old. I don't want to see him not have no woman in his life. And I'm just concerned about him.
Concerned about him having a woman?
Well, I'm concerned about everything.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's 20 years old.
Yeah, well, after jail, a woman might not be the concern.
True, you're true.
Do you want to give me some background? Your mother says you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, I love my mom to death, and I know me and her had some problems in the past, bumped heads, and I would tell my family members that she would abuse me and hit me, knowing it's not true, just to get attention. So,
what type of trouble you been in other than the bag of weed?
I went to juvie. I went to the...
For what?
Punching a kid's window out in his house and threatening him.
What else?
Got pulled over for speeding, bag of weed, and domestic violence charges against me and my stepdad over my mom, because he was yelling at her, and I really didn't like him disrespecting my mom like that, so I jumped in the middle of it. And we had a fist fight and both went to jail.
All right. Well, ma'am, doesn't sound like he's thugged out, if you will.
No, not yet.
Sounds like he's doing what many teenagers do. Smoke pot and get into fights.
Plaintiff Tracy White is suing her son, and she claims after he went to jail, he called her crying because another inmate wanted to take care of him.
The car you're suing him about, what happened with this?
Yeah, well, I get a phone call on October 20th of 2011. And he's crying, Mom, I've been in an accident. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, can you drive the truck home? He's like, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure, Mom. There's damage on it. So I'm like, okay, I get dressed, I go to the scene. Now, mind you, the ambulance is there, the police are there, there are TV stations there, and I pull up there, and this truck is nothing but almost broke in half. And I'm like, how would you even think we're gonna get home in this thing? And I'm just suing him for the deductible and the difference from what the insurance had paid and what is owed. And I have some pictures here if you'd like to see them.
Certainly totaled, particularly in the front. in the side. Oh, my goodness, it's total for sure.
Yeah, if he would have went through the embankment, he wouldn't have made it. There was like a 150-foot drop.
All right, what do you say, young man?
I don't think I owe her for the truck because she let me use it and she had full coverage insurance.
Okay.
So I don't feel like I don't have to owe it for it.
Well,
Okay.
I did have full coverage, but I had a $1,000 deductible. Mind you, I haven't even made 3 payments on this truck. I just got it.
You want how much on the deductible?
The deductible is $1,000, and I have proof of that, and then $2,408 for the difference, what the insurance company paid, what they paid the bank.
All right. And do you understand that? You're not
little bit.
getting it, huh?
Yeah, but
He got it in prison.
That's a good point. He got it there. And if your reasoning is this flawed when you harm someone's property, you're going to be back in prison. But go ahead. Why don't you think you should cover the loss? The insurance still left her with a loss of $3,408.
well, if she didn't want me using it, she should have told me no. So,
And even though you are the cause of the accident, you still think you shouldn't have to pay and that someone else should pay for your mistakes.
well, I've helped her out in the past, giving her money, so I really
You
don't
gave her
think
$3,408 at some point?
maybe when, like, down the road I have, but not that much.
You mean down the road in the past?
Yeah, like, I gave her
Okay.
money.
Down the road means future.
Well,
Let me just ask you, you're 20?
Yeah.
Did you finish high school?
yeah, I graduated.
I helped
Okay.
him graduate.
You in college or anything?
I was in college, I dropped out.
Oh, okay, makes sense now. You need to get back in because your reasoning is flawed, totally flawed. You don't even know what's the back from the front. Well, I guess you do really. Yeah, you probably do. I'm talking about you saying in the past and in the future. $3,408, ma'am, and let's just pray that he wakes up and gets back in college. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a
Thank
good
you, Your
day.
Honor. I don't want nothing to happen to you. You have a 6-month-old baby. I want you to be a dad, and I want you to be around for me. And I love you.
I love you too.